Now we are going to look at creating groups and groupings within Moodle. So to create a group, first of all, you go to the gear on the right hand side and you click on here and you go down to More. And under More, you have three elements. You have course administration, so this is where you'll find your question bank when the time comes. You find users and you find reports. So this is where you get breakdowns of what's happening with your users, etc. But today we're going to look at users. So under users, you have the people who are enrolled in the course, and we are going to make some groups. So if you click on groups, you get groups, groupings and overview, and we're going to start by creating some groups. So I'm going to auto create some groups because I have got some non-specific users, and you can either use a hashtag or an @sign, and if you use an @sign it will create groups A, B, C, D, E, etc. And if you use the hashtag it will create group 1, 2, 3, 4. So the number of groups, so you've got a choice of number of groups or members per group, and I'm going to go for members per group, and I'm going to create 5 groups. And group messaging, well, yes or no, it doesn't really matter. Student select members with role. All the people I'm going to put in it are going to be students, so there won't be teachers and there won't be admin in the group members. And I'm going to allocate the members randomly. So you could do it alphabetically or whatever, but I'm going to do it randomly. And then prevent last small groups, so that would stop it having all equal groups and then one group of 1. And I'm just going to preview that so you can see what that would look like. So those are the users in each group. There are 6, 5, 5, 5 users, so that makes 22. So you can see that instead of having a group with potentially 1 in, you've got roughly even numbers. And then submit. And there are your groups A, B, C, D. So if I click on group A, you can see the group people that are in it. So then if I want to create a grouping, so for example, my group A, B, C, D are going to do project 1. So this is the grouping for project 1. I'm going to call it project. And then I will do that, save changes. And then I click on the person here, the little sign, and this is how I add the groups into that grouping. So when I create a quiz or an assignment, I can choose to have a certain grouping for project 1. The project 1 groupings I can add into project 1. Okay, so back to groupings. There we go, and to groups. So now let's create some other groups. So I'm going to manually create the groups this time. And I'm going to call it group 1. And then I'm going to create a group 2. Group 3. Group 4, and I'm going to manually choose the people that I want to put in each group. So I'm going to do group 1 and add and remove users. So I'm going to add into group 1 and then back to groups, and you can continue like that and add your users to each group. So when you click on the group, then you do add or remove users, then you can add your separate people into each group, and there we go, etc. So that's how you would do that. And you will need groups later on for setting up your assignments and for doing group projects.